Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video we have raid testing, Retribution Paladin raid testing for the Bloodbound Horror, and we're going to look at this from a Ret Paladin's point of view. If you learn something else as a different type of player, that's great too. We're kind of look at it through a little bit of a Ret point of view and go over some of the mechanics and how the fight works. So Bloodbound Horror is just like this big non-mobile boss, so just sits there in the middle, and you're basically just going to kind of split your raid into two groups with the tank on each group. And you're going to take turns going down. That's how we normally say it in World of Warcraft, right? Down or up. And so you're going to know where to go by those. You actually saw it spawn on me, the big shadow stuff. And I'm in group 2. So group 1 is going to stand over there, and they're going to get hit by the frontal. The frontal is going to send you down to the other realm. You can kind of see the outlines of the things there. Let's take a pause there. So that's the first group going down. So now I have a red mark over my head. This is going to put these little pools in your wake while you fall. There's a bunch of different ways to handle this. I don't know what'll be the best way. I know in some of the polls I tried to like stack with people because you can kind of go with each other and go at the same speed, and maybe everybody without the pools could maybe stand still. This does also overlap with another mechanic that does make you run though. But honestly, like one thing that could easily work is just don't drop your pool right at the very edge and let everyone else stand at the very edge close to the boss. And you just stand a little bit behind them or whatever. Or, there's just so many ways to deal with it. It's not a hard mechanic. Just basically, get out of the way. There's plenty of room on this boss area. So you just kind of get out of the way with that. So that's what I'm doing right here. I just did like a little circle thing here. Trying to stay in melee range, but also just try not to run anybody over during testing, to be completely honest. And then as it runs out, I kind of make my way up to the front here. And so this is a mostly single target fight. Now, what's interesting is there is some cleave here, and there are adds in the down phase that are very important. And in fact, they're probably more important than the up phase. So, speccing for this as a Ret Paladin will be interesting. I'm wondering if you're going to go like Templar. Before we go down here, I wonder if we're going to go like Templar with cleave build, because the adds are more important, really, than the boss damage overall. Like, you do need to kill the boss too. I think more and more adds spawn or something like that if you do not kill the boss fast enough. Like, every time you go down, there's like more stuff to deal with. It seems like, at least. Maybe my group just wasn't doing. Maybe group 1 wasn't killing theirs or something. Like every time, I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyways, killing the ad seems to be the more important part, and so you want to get these things down really fast. Now, what's good about Ret Paladins here is, and you'll see, Ret Paladins have immediate damage, right? We have 30-second windows, and we can just unload damage, especially if you're running Radiant Glory. This is a great fight for Radiant Glory, by the way. Especially with Templar, you're always ready to just destroy something. And we'll see here, right here, we're going to go ahead and pop this, Hammer of Light, and then this ad just blows up, and then we move on to the other ad. And so my group actually just killed the ads fast every time. What I did notice, this is just testing. This wasn't, we didn't have strats or anything like that. I was in a group with a EU guild actually, and I think I was about the only person that was using cooldowns on the ads, and especially group 1 definitely could have used some people using cooldowns on the ads, because yeah, they definitely need to die a lot quicker than what we were doing. We weren't actually able to kill this boss. I think it was killable. We just weren't able to kill it because, mostly in my opinion, because we weren't killing the ads fast enough. So after a certain amount of time, you come back up, and now there's going to be a big AoE shortly. So as a Ret Paladin here, what you want to do is you want to make sure, if you popped your stuff immediately as you went down into the down phase or whatever, let's say you're in group 2 like I was, in your group ever, you want to make sure that when you come up or whatever, or whenever your wings is ready to pop again, you want to make sure you're not doing that as you have to run out from this. Now, you can bubble it if you absolutely had to stay in DPS, but when you do this run out, you don't want to be wasting your cooldowns during that time by any means. And yeah, this fight is pretty much just a rinse and repeat of that over and over and over again. So now we're back at the start, right? So we just did the run out mechanic. Group 1's going down. Group 1's going to do their stuff. There's going to be these lines. We have to run around in circles, not kill each other. And then group 2, my group's going to go back down again. And it's pretty much just rinse and repeat over and over again. Like I said, it's a pretty good fight for Ret, because we are very good at, especially with Radiant Glory, if we are going to run Radiant Glory, this would be a fight to do it anyways, even if maybe you didn't normally run it, because having on command damage, high damage for these ads is just really, really valuable. In all honesty, because yeah, it's by far the most important part of this fight, because you can see when you're not down, like everything's pretty easy. You just kind of walking to the side. Here you see the tank did not go down or did not get to the proper area, and I did not move over to him, so I did not get to go down there, unfortunately. We had to this tank was having some issues with some lag though, so no big deal there. But yeah, it's just rinse and repeat. Nothing too much more to say. Just a pretty solid fight overall. A pretty solid fight for Ret, just given our damage profile and stuff like that. Obviously, the big run out's not ideal, but that is what it is. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel, because that helps me out a lot. If you're already subscribed, I did create our Patreon recently. You can check that out if you like. I'll put the link in the description below. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.